Wow.
The woman will cool it down. She will cool down the light into water, and then you will go like poof. You've released it. And she accepts it. And she nurtures it.
Wow.
So it's like the two of you, you are meeting in the middle. Okay? This is the man on top here. This is the woman down here. And in between the earth and then the fire exists the water.
Right.
Which is the middle.
Right.
So you are meeting each other halfway. The man will turn the electricity, okay? He will absorb the electricity and then
push it to the woman.
Push it to the middle, and the woman too will turn that electricity
into water,
and then it will push, she will accept it down here. And that is where you begin to build your body.
Wow. Wow. This is interesting. This is interesting. Please like, share, and comment. If you have any question, as time goes on, we will start reading some of your questions live. As time goes on, we will be going live and be teaching some of these things. And when during these periods, please ask questions. So if you have any question, just ask. In our next episode, we will read some of these questions and then we can answer them accordingly.
Yes. Okay. So this is your solar plexus. Okay. Now we are coming to talk about your connection of this solar plexus to the divinity outside of yourself, or the divinity of the entire cosmos.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful.
Okay. So we are talking about your solar plexus and its connection to you outside from the inside of this world. Okay.
Right.
And I made it very clear that when it comes to your chakras, we are already discussing the one that is on the third, which is your solar plexus.
Right.
All right. So when it comes to your way of connecting you to the entirety of this particular world, you have something you call an umbilical cord. Okay. Immediately that a child lands inside the uteruses of his mother. Okay. This is the uterus of his mother. Immediately it gets there, it attaches itself to the uteruses of the mother.
Right.
Okay. And the mother too has something you call a navel. Okay. So the mother becomes the radio signal or the speaker that is transmuting the outside information of everything that is happening on the outside to the inside, and it is converted into energy and then sent across to the child on the other plate.
Right.
Okay. So everything inside of this world that the mother eats, everything inside of this world that the mother feels, everything that happens to do with the mother's state of being, it is what influences 80% of the child's development.
Oh, wow.
Okay. The other 20% is what the placenta is, about him or containing the original genomes of what they are. Being a star seed coming from this star constellation, coming from that star constellation, the other 20% is what the child built on his own.
Right.
But when it comes to the mother, you nurturing her, you are nurturing her in a way of balance, which is 4 upwards, 4 downwards. So 80% of it comes your heaven and then your hell. Whether the child is going to be born here, in which they are going to suffer, or they are going to be born here, in which they are going to gain freedom, all depends with the mother.
Wow.
The mother is the home, the mother is the house. When the mother moves out of the house, then the house falls. You understand?
Right.
So when it comes to you as that particular child here, you are listening. Okay? Your umbilical cord, this is your mother and this is you. Your umbilical cord travels all the way from here and then it connects to your mother. So everything about your mother and the outside world, anything that your mother receives on the outside, it comes inside of you and then it sends to you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like you are in constant conversation with your mother, and your mother is in constant conversation with you. Okay, so it's not just about physical foods that you eat.
Right.
It's the emotions that comes with it. Everything about the mother the baby perceives. Okay, so if you are inside the uteruses of your mother, this is what happens with your connection outside of this world.
Right.
This is your umbilical cord, and this is your placenta. Your placenta rests on the side of you that causes you to put your genetic materials. Okay, your other 20% of you, that is what is built on the placenta.
On the placenta. Okay.
Okay. So the placenta is going to carry everything that has to do with your abilities inside of this world.
Right.
It carries everything that has to do with your creative essence.
That is why you said earlier that whatever you eat during your pregnancy, affects the development of the child.
Yes. Whatever that the mother ingests, it goes a long way to tell the child this is what is, because the child cannot build the physical body anything outside of the mother's abilities.
So if the solar, if the mother's solar plexus is occupied with foods that are
of a denser
nature,
yes, you end up giving birth to a child in which they will have hair on this side, and this side it will look like makeru, okay, and then they'll end up. That's what happens.
Right.
You end up giving birth to a child in which one of the eyes is looking like this and the other one is looking the other way.
Right.
You end up giving birth to a child and then you are like, come here, and they are like,
oh.
You see?
Because the electricity that needed to flow
isn't flowing right. Okay? There's supposed to be very quick movement of electricity. The child is supposed to be very active. Okay? So if you give birth to them and they are like this, okay, the problem will start from their school. Their teachers are going to let them know how useless they are.
Instead of understanding
the levels that they are.
Exactly.
They will make them see how useless they are. They'll always use you as an example to compare to other people.
Wow. So, Baba, you see, I asked this question earlier, but for the sake of our fellow gods and goddesses on TikTok, let me re-ask this question again. These days, the kind of food we eat, what we put in our mouth, are not being grown outside. They are not being grown out there for the sun to shine on it. Some are done in rooms. Some harvest in rooms. Some grow in rooms under, intense conditions. The question is, we taking in all this food, how are these foods affecting our growth?
I made it very clear that if you want to absorb any energy inside of this water, you should go for the energy of the sun. Okay? It doesn't mind whether they tell you the sun is this or the sun is that. Those people that are afraid of the sun, they are not the ones that put the sun there. You understand?
Right.
From the dawn of all your creations, you people, everyone came and met the sun.
Right.
Why should they tell you that the sun is this, the sun is that, and you will listen? And you rather prefer going under where the sun doesn't reach much, okay? And then you use artificial lights to create foods to eat and expect to vibrate at a higher frequency. And expect to think at a higher frequency. Because everything about you people know is always the physical representation of it. You want things out of the physicality of it.
Right.
You react to things because of how physical that they are. So as long as you're able to grow these particular fruits that it looks very nice, it looks very polished, you will choose it. Okay? Because that is like the selective breeding that Jacob did. Okay?
Wow.
That is selective breeding.
Wow.
Okay, they are devoiding that particular essence of the energies of the sun. So if you ended up looking at those things and you are feeding on those things, it goes a long way to influence every aspect part of your cells.
So you are unable to nurture your solar plexus properly?
No.
Even though you are eating, but the extracts
from that particular food isn't enough to cause you to gain anything. It is enough just to keep your body from falling. And when it becomes too much, when you involve yourself too deeply into the denser aspect part of yourself, then that is when you end up in the hospital.
Wow. So, Baba, let me ask this question. We've talked about the root chakra. We've talked about the sacral chakra. Now, after healing my fear, after trying to overcome my fear, after learning how to let go of my regrets, what must I do? What must I know? Apart from the food, what particular thing must I know, or what do I do to harm my solar plexus?
Okay. The next thing you need to understand about the solar plexus, okay, if we are coming to talk about the self-blame, like I've been saying, 90% of the time it happens to be with you not being able to cause the balance of the mucuses inside of your own being. Okay. I told you that the greatest asset inside of this world rests into the uteruses of your own self.
Right.
Okay. The complex way of it breaking things down, there is nothing inside of this world that can break things down and still be able to extract that particular energy to put it into use. Okay. So you look at the engine of a car. Okay, when we look at the engine of a car, your stomach works more complex than the engine of a car.
Wow.
Okay, a car converts liquid into gas for you.
Right.
Your stomach converts solid into liquid and then converts that liquid into gas.
Oh.
You understand?
Wow.
So there is nothing inside of this particular world that is more than the mucuses of your stomach. Okay, so if you are learning to cause balance within your own stomach, it will stop the stomach from creating or depositing more fat on the surfaces of it. That is what usually causes your stomach to end up opening and opening and opening.
Becoming bloating.
Becoming like that, or not? You understand?
Right.
And the more that begins to open, the more light begins to dim inside of your own being.
Wow.
Okay, the more stomach that you expand, the more fat that exists inside of your own body, the lower vibration that you become.
But these days, you see, if you don't eat well, this is the normal, what do you call it? Perception. If you don't eat well, if you don't look good, I mean, it means there's something wrong with you. So people are forced to eat different type of food that were not meant or that are not meant to help their solar plexus.
So you looking nice and you not eating right and you growing, it's about you destroy your own self to please somebody.
Indirectly, this is what it means.
If it is that way, and it is that way that you actually feel and think, then continue.
Wow.
Okay? You are not harming anybody. There is nothing inside of this world that any of you will ever do that will please everybody inside of this world. There is absolutely nothing. Even up until today, people still hate Yeshua. People still hate Jesus. People still hate Muhammad. People still hate Moses. There is nothing that you can do inside of this world that will satisfy everybody. So why do you spend an effortless or an effortful time trying to change people instead of you trying to do things for yourself? And in return, you can be able to attract the authentic people into your own life. Why not do that?
Wow.
Instead of spending so much time trying to convince somebody that, oh, I am this way now. I am cool. I am a guy. I'm this way, so that they will like you, Why not spend that time just observing them and allowing those that are looking and then attracted to you to find you?
Wow.
Because if you are not authentic, you always keep destroying yourself.
So let's look at the solar plexus, just as you categorize the root chakra and then the sacral chakra. Me paucho ye ka solar plexus ne ho asem. Na solar plexus chakra no. Baba di kan ma ate ase se, woksi ka ma ate ase se. Eba no solar plexus na eno mu na wa hoodin nyina ye den. Ete. Ahoodin a ete mu anka ema wo enyina ma hoodin ema ne kɔ wadwene mu. Ema wadwene ne timi ye adwuma. Na afei onipadua ne nyina timi function properly no. Ejina wo solar plexus ne so.
Yeah.
Ahoɔden a wonya timi de nante, ahoɔden a wonya timi de kasa. Kasa ya me ne wo kasa nyina na ahoɔden na me nya no. Efiri me solar plexus mu. Ɛna me ne wo de kasa. Ɛno nti solar plexus na kwa ya ade a ɛho hia yie pa. Ɛyɛ chakra, ɛyɛ wo energy center, ɛsɛ nkabri bia no, wo be store a lot of energy ɛwɔ mu. Na ɛma me busa wo si kasa. Ɛno sa na energy ne nya free hin. Ɛna si dedi kan ɛyɛ yedidie mu. Eni enuane die mu no. Ɛsɛ nketimi die nuane a enya na hoɔden afiri awiane so.
Yes.
Ɛna me busa ne sɛ ɛnɛ enuane ni bi wɔ hɔ a sɛbio ɛnam abodi ne mu ani nyansa penti a yɛka ne science nti no. Ɛnɛ enuane ni bi wɔ kra yedua ne wɔ dɛm. Na yɛde nkanea nketenkete abobom sɛ ne benya saa hoɔden no ɛde anyine. Saa nnuane no mfasoɔ bɛn ne enya firi so anaasɛ ɔhaw bɛn ne enya firi so. Ɛna sɛ ɛno nti na ama yɛwo mmɔfra anaasɛ nipa ɛba asase yi so no ɛnwene anaasɛ ɛnya ahoɔden ntimi mfa nyɛ nneɛma bebree. Ɛfiri sɛ yɛnnuane die no asesa instead sɛ nkatete no yɛ nananom ɛdɔ nnɔbayɛ ewia bɔ so.
Kontombre ne ayi no ompɛ no.
Odi nkontombre ne nneɛma no ɛnɛ ne yɛdi pizza ne yɛdidi chicken wings ne nneɛma bebree chicken thigh ne saa nneɛma no. Ni nyina nso no sabio ukɔ enne even poultry farm mpo no. Yenyan no abonten yenyan no wodem.
Look at how they read them.
Efiri nkosua no. Say nkosua no ye hatching nkosua no. the baby drew, said, Ye mom winning and a damn woman. Tabaya dana, and you know, my wadianke free vienim, a de ba a dianinum and answer at a body anim, amanka yan yet me be a di. Na nipediano and sweetimia trimwa warding at the amount solar plexus no. A bear danny and said to miaka. A baba chemu say, and ya dear, a beboyen. Say a twaswa, coswa, a dimiania ye did in dia. Mwy. I just say a sa koyenchi. Na ye kofan niania. A Rihanna bosso direct. Na no aboyen. Ama yen. Yetimi nya hoden solar plexus netimi nya hoden a ohia. Aboyen ama yen so yesu sumu akwantu na ye pese etu no. Etimi nya so mfa so de. Baba. Now let's look at blame. But so we've talked about the conscious one, which is the food we deliberately put in us. That gives us or that hurts our solar plexus or blocks our solar plexus. Now let's look at the indirect one. Which is blame. How will you say that blame is what blocks my solar plexus chakra?
Okay. Before we sink into blaming, okay, I want you to understand the connection of your solar plexus now with what you people usually call gut feeling.
I think a queen asked this question on the platform that when something bad is about to happen, you feel within your gut, you feel within your stomach that something bad is coming to happen.
It is trying to alert you. Okay, 90% of the time you can learn to harness that particular feeling, and then to cause you not to create or to make mistakes in life. If you can learn to harness the power of that place, just by a way of breathing. Okay, you can't have pot belly and expect to do what I'm telling you.
So Queen Lama, the question you asked on the platform, Baba is answering that question. So please, wherever you are, try to come back to this video or check on the TikTok, check on the YouTube page, and you would have your answer to the question. If you are currently not joining live, if any of the gods or goddesses also know her, you can draw her attention to the question she asked. Baba is coming to answer.
Okay. So a band of gut feeling now. Let me make it simple. Okay. The way in which your solar plexus works on this is the way it is. You are in the middle of this. Okay. So the way that it speaks, it sends out frequencies.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And it sends out frequencies.
Right.
And then the frequencies keeps expanding. So when it comes to these particular rings that are around you, I made it very clear that every single one of you is connected to the solar system.
Right.
Okay. You are each connected to the solar system. That simply means that every information that is coming inside of this world, from the left, from the right, from the top, from the down, you are able to feel it and then to receive it as the middle.
Right.
Okay. So when it comes to the energy that connects you with your solar plexus, immediately you start feeling something that you call the gut feeling. Okay. I have a gut feeling about this. There's butterflies in my tummy. There's this and there's that. That is your soul essence trying to tell you, do you need consultation or do you need assurance that whatever it is that you're about to do is either going to work out or it's not going to work out?
Oh, it is just a trigger.
Yeah.
Triggering you to be self-aware.
Self-aware about what you're about to do.
Do you have enough energy in you?
At that moment, your mind is usually very hazy. You don't know if you should pick left or you should pick right. At that particular moment, you can learn to breathe in order to get a very certain thought about, okay, I'm going to do this.
Right.
Because I always told you, when it comes to the energy of creation, what you feel mostly causes the outcome of what you want.
Right.
So if you are making decisions with doubts, if you are making decisions with, oh, I don't know if this will work out, or what if this work out? What if I follow my gut and it ends up not being my gut? Then you learn. You can do that by way of breathing. When you are able to breathe to cause the equilibrium between these two worlds, you will be able to make the decision, and that decision will be very vibrant because what the win you've put all your essence
into it. Okay, Baba, let me ask. What of someone who is at home? On a normal day, but all of a sudden starts feeling that no, something is wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere. That gut that the person is feeling from the solar plexus.
Okay.
How is that blood communicating to the person?
Something is wrong somewhere. There are two things that you can do. Okay. What does it make you feel? Is it something that brings excitement to you, or is it something that is bringing fear?
Discomfort.
Okay. If it is discomfort, you can give it peace or you can send it peace.
Okay.
Okay. Usually, the way in which you breathe, it has a way of causing certain kind of equilibrium. Like the way I told you, when you are able to breathe, if immediately you have that feeling that something is wrong somewhere. But I don't know what. Okay. So what should you do? Is this something that you should put negativity into it?
Or positivity?
Or is it something that you should put positivity? Because I made it very clear that spirit is the one thing that never dies.
Right.
And the way in which you feel in this particular life, you can just wake up Sunday and feel very happy and you don't know why you are happy. You can just get up Sunday and feel very sad and you don't know why you are sad.
Right.
Because somewhere is sending you a particular energy. Someone else somewhere is transmuting a particular signal of help. Okay? Right. It's transmitted a particular signal, and at that moment you are able to pick that particular signal. That is why it came.
Right. So that feeling is always not wrong.
It's not wrong.
It's always not bad.
It is never wrong. Okay? It is either telling you this way or it is telling you that way. And for you to be able to understand whether it is speaking to you through this way or it is speaking to you through that way is to put yourself in the middle.
Remain neutral.
Remain neutral. If you are feeling that the feeling that is there is of fear, okay? You give the person strength.
Oh.
You don't mind what it is. Close your eyes and give the person strength. Because at that moment, you can cause a miracle to happen in the person's life.
Right.
And when the person says, thank you, God, they are thanking you. It becomes your blessings to take.
Wonderful.
You understand?
Wonderful.
So let's go down to blame.
Okay. So how do blame, just as I asked earlier, how do blame cause one solar plexus to shut down or to be blocked?
Okay. When it comes to your solar plexus represents the spirit.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when it comes to what the spirit is, the spirit of everybody inside of this world, okay, is connected to one particular source.
Okay.
That is what you call God. Okay. That is what you call God. The peace that exists in every single living thing inside of this world is what the essence of the spirit is. Now, when it comes to what the spirit is, every single one of you inside of this world are vibrating at different levels of frequencies. Okay? And I made it very clear the difference between what a frequency is and what vibration is. Okay? I told you before what frequency and vibration is. Vibration is the movement of energy.
Right.
When energy is still in motion, okay, when it is vibrating, that means that it has not yet found a stable body. So it keeps moving like this. Okay? But when you talk about frequency already makes one particular mark.
It's a form.
It has already achieved a particular level.
Yeah.
Okay. So when they talk about frequency, you can be at a frequency of 144. Okay? But when it comes to your vibration, it is lingering. That means you have the potential to either go from 144 to 145 or be the ability to go from 144 to 143. That means that you can either go high or you can either come low. So when it comes what the solar plexus is as the representation of the spirit, every single one of you is operating at a certain frequency inside of this world.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right.
So the frequency of people that are operating at 144, the amount of information that is going to be coming from the spirit is going to be the same direct alignment of the kind of vibrational frequencies that they are on.
Okay.
So let's speak you for example. Okay, you are vibrating at a frequency of 555.
Okay.
This is your vibration.
Okay.
So when it comes to the spirit, the amount of information, or when you are relating this to your chakras, okay, you have healed your fear, you have healed your regret, you have healed your self-blame. Okay, you've healed 3 parts of your chakras. That makes you 555.
Right.
So when it comes to the information that you are receiving from the spirit, it is something of a balance in nature, what you call thoughts.
So the spirit cannot give you more than you can.
No.
Oh.
Okay. what you term the word as thoughts, okay? The thoughts is the universal whispering of what God is. That is the spirit.
Right.
The spirit is neither good or bad. Okay? But depending on the level of vibration that you are on, will tell you whether you'll be getting positive thoughts or you'll be getting negative thoughts.
So, if you choose to walk into the angle of blame, you are always blaming yourself.
Yes.
You are always blaming yourself.
When you are always blaming yourself for the outcome of things that were in and out of your own control. Okay? Now, instead of you being at the vibration of 555, okay, let's reduce the level of that particular vibration. Now you are vibrating at 1, okay, let's just leave this one, 143. Okay?
Right.
Now, you are vibrating at a level of fear. You are vibrating at a level of regret. You are vibrating at a level of self-blame. So what happens is that every thought that is going to be coming to the spirit is going to be of a negative in nature.
Wow.
Okay? You are going to be more susceptible to negative frequencies.
Negative thoughts.
Negative thoughts. Because the way that the spirit is, I told you, you can't know the number of beings inside of this world that are operating under the guidance of the spirit. That means you are trying to understand what the entirety of creation actually is. And there are beings inside of the seas that you don't even know.
Right.
There are beings on land, there are beings on air that you have no idea of their existence. But all of them are receiving information from the spirit.
Wow.
Now, if you are operating at a frequency of 143, which is of a lower essence, if you feel like the way that you are blaming yourself, okay? If you feel like the way you are blaming yourself, you are at a denser state, you have masters, you have people that are of the spirit that are lower than 143. They are like 0, 2, 1.
But for them, they've even mastered how to use that negative.
They are much negative than you. If you are saying that you are negative, they are negative Pro Max. Okay? So you become their student.
Wow.
You are downloading information. The spirit is taking the information from the 0 to 1, and then it is relaying it to the 143.
Okay, so Baba, this is what it means. What it means is that if you are unable to heal your fear, if you are unable to stop, being regretful, remorseful of what you've done in your past, there's no way you can ever forgive yourself.
No.
You will always have that self-shame, self-blame.
You always have that self-shame, that self-blame, because you cannot change the particular frequency by well-wishing. Okay? You cannot change what you are by way of wishing. I wish I was like this. I wish things were like this. You don't change by that. You change by conscious actions. Okay? You can't decide to understand that, this is how fear works. Okay, we're already talking everything that has to do with fear. Okay, we'll post it and then you'll get it. All right, we've already spoken everything about fear. So when it comes to your fear, God can assist you to help to heal that fear by a way of you taking the journey for your own self.
But He can't influence.
He can't influence you to change. That is like taking free will away from you. Jacob had to leave.
Out of the fear.
Out of the fear.
He needed to go through experiences. And through that experience,
his frequency changed.
And then he stopped blaming himself.
He stopped blaming himself and decided to accept things and then find ways to solve the problems that has already existed between him and then his brother.
Esau. So for those who are joining on TikTok, we are actually doing a whole series from Abraham through to his descendants, and we are on Jacob. And on Jacob, we are discussing what we call the Jacob ladder. We took Jacob's story and his brother Esau and what transpired, okay? And we are currently discussing when Jacob finally realized that he has to go back and make peace with his brother Esau. And on doing so, how he was able to meet with God and how he was able to, make a promise to God that if God was able to help him go have a good relationship with his brother in peace, he was going to, do something wonderful for God. And he named that place the pineal. And so it is through that Baba decided to touch more on the chakras, because pineal goes much deeper into just it being a name, okay? And we have touched on the fear, which is the root chakra. We have also touched on the sacral chakra, and we are currently talking about the solar plexus. And one of the main things that causes us to block our solar plexus is the unaware, the unintentional aspect of ourselves that we always do, we take for granted, which is self-blame. And in Israel, uyo bia abribia, we are there, we wa uwo sro uwo hu ewo mu, onso a osanso ade bia baby anu asan nu hu, uwi anu asan bo wankasa hu kwadu se ade we man koya nka eden. Sama anya kran kan faso so. Da bia me nko ade na me ya ade a me ye ne sei, me ya ade a nkoye na wo kan nsambone de fa wo.
Yes.
Eba ne sa wudum wo solar plexus.
Yeah, ejana e wo mu no.
Ejana e wo mu no.
Wudum ejana.
Because don't forget wo solar plexus so is connected to your throat. Intasem na wa nkasa wo san kangu abrabo so ne ejana o kan de gu abrabo so no. Say ejano edum wo, edum wo way.
Yes.
Okay, if you have any questions, put it on the comment section. Ask if you want to come live and ask questions too, you can do that.
Okay.
And let us touch more, okay, on some of these questions so that we'll be able to address.
Okay, it was spirit, vibration, the frequency, thoughts of how you receive,
Right.
And then they will understand.
Okay.
Because I didn't say like about frequency and your vibration, the current state that you are in, that is the current thing that you'll be getting.
Wonderful.
I want the people to understand.
To understand this, okay. So, solar plexus and the Dietary. Esan se we nyame na awia no ejina homa wo han ejina homa wo spirit honhom ma ti wo mu nti no one kasa no wo vibrational tendencies bi ewo wo mu ya ka se vibrational tendencies bi a e pa che se aduane na wodi no aduane ne boa wo ema ahoden na ewo wo mu no etimi vibrate at a certain pace nenam so na etimi maintain wo frequency na wo no this vibration ni soro a emma o spirit no entimi honhom na ewo mu ntimi nkenya enkosoro yie wahu it is a vibration na wo form a e affect way a unya information na the free spirit abibia no na unya bisu na ti wo mu no ene wo kasa so esa say wo vibrate at a lower level ahoden na ti wo mu no enyini nko akire
bone ne adwen
ti na abibia no adwen bone nko an na wo tirim da bia na wo dwene wo nko ho bone obi ikoso ana ye wo ya sabe na hoya na betena mu ahoya su na betena mu ani bre na betena mu abibia obi koso a na ye wo ya
ebobo se ya wo be hwe na e di apia bonten afi utumpon akosai ni pakro
sa eno na won wo de ba ya famu ha ye kan se ni adan wo ye baifo ana sa bre no wafri wunyame sumu aba oni pesumu ye wo bonsam sumu menka ne sa your devil state.
Yeah.
And you know, instead saying ka wo de wano be kan sempa na bibia na wo dwene adwen bone na wo de wano ka asembone e de amobi. E ba ne sa emwa wo. Nti se wo ye nyame na se wo afiri nyame sumu na se wo ntimi vibrate yi a enu nti na ye duane die ni hia no. Efi se awia no nuane na ye di free awia ni mu no. Enuane a atena awia ne so ache no. Eno na boa ye ma ye vibrate kosoro. Na yetimi ene ye honhom ati ye mu no etimi anya anyonkofa na ekasa yetimi anya mu enchase timisra wonti bibia se anu abusa.
Yeah.